Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm going to take you in all different market segment, different business. TyraTech is a company, is a green tech company that is dedicated to find a way to control insects and parasites, but with non-traditional pesticide solutions. We are here to address a big issue. A big issue is how do you control the insects and the parasites? And I can tell you today, we are not winning the war against insects. We are still using 5 billion tons of pesticides every year in the world to try to control insects and parasites, and we are not winning. They are still growing. And there's some big issue around that. The insects have developed resistance against most of the pesticides. Therefore, the efficacy of the pesticides is reduced. And in order to combat that, the tendency is to use more and more pesticides. So we are going into a vicious circle, which is trying to be stopped right now by the regulatory agencies around the world that are looking at the potential detrimental consequences of using so much pesticides in the environment. These are neurotoxic, so we see that there are impacts on people using it, contamination of the food chain. The regulatory agencies around the world are trying to reduce the amount of pesticide used in the world. Therefore, how do we make now a new innovation in order to control the insect without using these chemical pesticides? And that's our mission in the world. Our mission is really to try to find an alternative to the pesticide everywhere we can. How do we do that? TyraTech has developed now for the past 10 years a very specific technology, plant-based, very safe and very effective. We have now more than 50 patents, 29 or almost 30 patents are already granted, the rest are pending. And this technology platform allows us to control insects and parasites with a plant-based technology that is very safe. And we can apply this technology in large addressable markets. As you know, you find insects, you find parasites everywhere. You find that on humans, on animals, on crops. We estimated that the market for controlling is around $7.8 to $8 billion a year, and it's a worldwide market. This market answers very strong demand from customers. So the end customers eventually of the products will be the families, the children's, today the millennials who are looking at a healthy way of living. They are looking at healthy food. So they're looking at the food chain that is not contaminated. They are looking at safe products for their children, for their pets. So this is a large customer base that really drives after that the necessity of innovating in this market and finding alternatives to chemical pesticides. TyraTech has been established now for quite a while. We started to launch our really first products in 2014, and what I want to show you here is really the pathways we are taking since we started to put products in the market. We just released our financial results for 2015 this morning, so it's fresh out of the press. So you may have seen already some of these numbers. So for 2015, what we see is between 14 and 15, a dramatic increase of our product sales. There were 2.8 million in 2014, 7.1 million in 2015. We multiplied our sales by 2.5. At the same time, reduced our losses from 5 million to 2.3, which shows several things. The first thing that it shows is that the technology that has been developed now for the past 10 years is able to bring new products in the market, and I will show you a bit more. I will tell you more about this product, what they can do, what's the unique value proposition. We bring new products in the market, we are meeting customer demand. And this customer demand shows that we can grow very quickly because we see that people really want to get this alternative, and then when they get the proper solution, they help us grow our business. And right now, that's where we are. Now, obviously, we are very focused on growing faster again this year and moving to profitability as fast as possible. Let's go to our product offerings. We have products right now focused on human health, other products also in for animals. So for human health, we have developed now products against head lice for the kids, and I'll show you a bit more details on that. We have already a large distribution network, and these are pretty much blue chip retailers, either in the US or in the UK. We have also developed products that are repellent against mosquitoes and ticks. And in the animal health, we just launched products here that are designed, dedicated to control insects within the big industrial productions of chicken, swine, or cattle. And we have also starting to work on products for equine to repel flies on the equine. With these products, we are looking at addressable market of more than $1.5 billion. So these are, if you look at the market size for head lice, overall human repellents, mosquito repellents, livestock premises or equine repellents. So these are the current products we have in the market or very close to the market in a large addressable market. Each point of market share will bring $14 million of business. But what's more exciting is the product we have in our pipeline would help us address a much bigger market, 5 times bigger than the one we are today. So we estimate here that we can access around an $8 billion business with 2 major businesses, which is flea and tick and dewormers. So in my previous life, I was working very hard to bring pesticides to control fleas and ticks on dogs. We made a lot of money. The business was very successful, but I have to redeem myself. So I went from the dark side to now the green side of the business, which means that I know very well this category. I know the demand, but I feel very comfortable today to bring to market products that are safer for the pets and the families. Go back to head lice. So this is how we build our value proposition. First of all, we look at what is the problem. Head lice is a big problem. If you have kids, you probably have had issues with head lice. Today, the main issue is what we call super lice, lice that have developed resistance against most of the existing pesticides. In the US market, the level of resistance is 95%. Which means that the current pesticides don't work anymore. So people have to use these pesticides several times before they can control the lice, therefore putting more pesticide on the kid's head. There is a strong need of an effective treatment, but also a treatment that would be safe. You put that on kids from 3, 4 years old to 14 or 15 years old. So you want to avoid putting neurotoxic products on their head. Head lice is very frequent. It's the most frequent disease or infection of kids after the common cold. Meaning that everybody will face, at a certain point, an infestation of head lice. It's a market that is estimated worldwide at 400 million. The market we are today between US and UK is around $100 million. Our product here brings a strong value proposition in the market through the formulation that we have designed that are patented. Our product kills 100%, so we have a very high level of efficacy, not only for the adult, but also for the eggs, which means that we need only one treatment, no need to repeat, and we are efficacious against these super lice. We have tested our product not only in the lab, but also we've done clinical studies on children to demonstrate the efficacy of the product. It's totally pesticide-free. We could drink the product. We don't want to, but we could. It's very easy to apply. Also, it's not oily. Right now, if you go in Boots, you find a product to kill head lice, you're going to have to use silicones, which are basically oil that you put on your head, which are not very efficacious to kill the eggs, but also very difficult to to remove, and people don't want really to use it. And I'll show you that also the exciting part of the business is that now we can bring a full range of products. So we don't want to bring only one product that would be the emergency buy for treating head lice, but we want to provide a full solution, again, with the same value proposition, efficacious and also very safe to completely control head lice. Our first product that we launched in 2014 was the treatment. So your child comes home, starting to scratch the head. You look at it, oh my God, what is that? Head lice. So you want an emergency treatment to kill all the lice and the eggs. One time, you use our Vamousse treatment. We brought in 2015 another product, which is a preventative. What happens is that the family receives a letter from school. There is lice at school. What do people do? What do the moms and dads do at that point?
The kids.
Well, they stress out. They have nothing to do. They stress out and they wait anxiously until the kids come back home and they finally see the lice. So what we propose to them is a shampoo, which is a medicated shampoo, the same principle as Head and Shoulder. You replace your normal shampoo with this shampoo that's going to kill every lice, even if you don't see it. Therefore, you're going to prevent, you're going to protect any type of lice infestation. Which, by the way, would move the market from treatment to protection and prevention. Again, you receive a letter from school. There are, let's say, 100 children in the class. Probably 4 or 5 will get lice. The rest of the 95 right now, they are doing nothing. They're using no products. So for us, the treatment will address the 5 kids who have head lice, and the shampoo would address the rest of the 95. And we have high expectation to be able to increase the market. We just launched this year the third product, which would be a home powder to clean the environment, to clean the carpet after an infestation. One of the big problems is what do you do with the teddy bear that the kid has used with head lice infestation? So today the solution for the teddy bear is to put it in a plastic bag, seal it for 4 weeks. So imagine, if you had kids who love the teddy bear, it's a pretty traumatizing experience. So what we're proposing is, instead of doing that, put the powder on the teddy bear, put the powder on the carpet, vacuum it. You have cleaned all the lice here, and after an hour you're done. We just introduced these products in the US and also in France, and we are also very excited about, it's an innovation in the market. And we can do that. We can move to prevention and the house because it's non-pesticide based. Therefore, people would not be reluctant to use these products. We have been so far pretty successful between 2014 and 2015. That was our main focus, is to get distribution. And getting distribution is critical for a product that is an emergency buy. People will not wait 3 days to buy on Amazon to get a treatment for head lice. They want to find it in the next 15 minutes. So they have to find a store which is very close to where they live. Our first focus has been to find, the most distribution possible, and you see that in the US we have all the biggest distributors, retailers, as well as in the UK. So we moved from 4,000 stores here in 2014 in the US to 25,000 stores now in 2016 in the US, and we have almost 8,000 stores in the UK. We cover pretty much between 60 to 70% of the entire universe of distribution for this type of products. We have been very fortunate to also, since we have launched, to reach a very high level of market share and I just want to highlight this number. In less than 2 years, we have reached already 7% market share. Typically, for consumer goods, when you reach 2 to 3% in a year or two, you're very happy. So we are very happy about again, the performance in a market that is 100 million, and we believe that with the performance of the product that we have seen, we can reach the level of 20 to 30% market share in a $400 million business. Again, some elements to characterize the success of the product. We have shipped 1 million doses in less than a year and a half. We are now the fastest, the #1 non-pesticide products in the US. And we have been very happy to announce this morning that we launched the product in France, which is the biggest head lice market in Europe. Sorry, but I had to do it because I want to show that we can sell more in France than in the UK. Sorry. I'm very competitive. If we move now, I just wanted to give you the another example of our portfolio, which is animal health. And that's a very interesting business. Animal health, especially the animals that are producing protein, is a growing business because basically they are used to feed the population. And when you see the growth of the population and the economic growth, people will eat more and more meat. In order to do that, you have to basically increase the productivity of each animal. Everything that will reduce productivity will reduce the availability of meat for a growing population. And among the elements that could reduce productivities are all these little buggies here. Either they are roaches, flies, or lice. You know, every species has lice, and the chicken have lice too. So what we're doing today, we are also looking at ways to control these insects for production animals that produce meat. But what we see that the consumer also, at the same time, want food which is safer, and the food that is more, where they know exactly what in it. So what we see is a strong trend towards the first ways have been how they raised. Where do you put all these chickens that lay eggs? Are they in cages or not? We want chicken who are raised in a humane way. So you started to have, free-range organic. And then they started to say, oh yeah, but I don't want antibiotic in my meat. So why are you giving all these antibiotics to the chicken? So you see now there is a reduction of usage of antibiotic and a ban. And the next phase will be, are there some pesticides on this chicken? Today, every week, the producers spray pesticides on the chicken, the broilers, and on the eggs, on the layers that lay eggs. So the consumer will want products and solutions to reduce the usage of pesticides. We are here again using the same value proposition, the same technology, starting to put these products in the market to control the different insects in these different production systems with a solution that is highly efficacious. We have tested now these products in the field, so we bring them directly, in the chicken houses to see how it works. And it's pretty easy to see because you put the product and then you see how much you kill the lice or the flies, and then you come, and you see how long it lasts. So today we have a very, very strong results in our products. These are pesticide-free, so they are very safe for the food chain or for the environment. But also, they bring also a lot of savings. The main one is labor cost. You don't need to remove the animals to spray our products, which is a huge savings in costs. We are very happy to have again announced the launch of our first products at the beginning of this year, 2016. We're working with the biggest distributor of animal health products in the US. And it's a very large addressable market. It's a global market. Right now, the industrial production of chicken is very similar in the US, in Brazil, or in China. So what we do in the US can be transportable very easily into all these other countries. And also, it's a large business because it touches all the different species. And you have to tailor your product, and we tailor the formulation to each of these species. Either it's a chicken, a pig, or a cow. Right now, we are starting to implement our growth strategy that we established last year, mainly 3 pillars to grow from where we are today. One is geographical expansion of existing products. we are already expanding Vamousse in France. We are looking at expanding in other countries in Europe and outside of Europe. We increase our market penetration. So we brought this year additional distribution, Rite Aid, Morrison in the UK, and new product. We have a rich pipeline, and we're starting to put new products in the market. Either it's the powder for the Vamousse head lice product or our range of animal health products. What's also very important and critical for our business at this stage is to build the capabilities for this growth that we are forecasting and for which we are going to be prepared. First of all, we build a team that is very international, very experienced in the markets where we are, either coming from distribution for the big distribution, big retail, or coming from animal health. Second, we have a very powerful R&D department that is purely in-house, where we do our own formulation that are protected, patented, with a rich pipeline. So now we are starting to use all the results of the research that has been done in the past 10 years to systematically now put new products in the market. Manufacturing is important. It's all made in the US. Our ingredients are very, because they need to be very safe and high quality, we keep all of that in the US. All our plants are FDA or EPA standard. Our operation is scalable. Even if we are today a very small team, we're able to ship everywhere in the world. We are able to answer the demands of a Walmart. It's 150 million people every week, as well as the demand of the small pharmacy somewhere in nice place in France. We have also a very streamlined regulatory process because we use only very safe ingredients. Therefore, the regulatory pathway is not very difficult. It's not lengthy, which allows us to put new products in the market pretty quickly. So in order to conclude, I would say we are a green tech company using a very solid technology that is patented, which brings a strong alternative to traditional pesticides. With the commercial success we are having with Vamousse, that allowed us to expand the technology now to other markets, other segments, and other geographies. In 2016, we have already started to implement that growth strategy. And now that we are well funded, we raised $4.8 million last year. We have strong growing revenue, and our focus today is really going fast to profitability. So thank you very much.
Questions. Gentleman at the very back. And then this gentleman at the front after.
Is there any evidence that parasites are building resistance to your company's products?
Okay, so our technology works very differently from the traditional pesticide. We have a dual mode of action. We have a chemical mode of action, and we have a physical mode of action. So if I just a few words on that. The physical mode of action is that we dissolve. The insects don't have internal skeleton. They have a strong external skeleton that protects them. So our physical mode of action, we dissolve the external skeleton and allows the chemistry, which is plant-based, to penetrate into the insects, kill them very quickly. So by combining these two modes of action, very difficult to build resistance.
Good evening, Bruno.
Good evening.
Quite impressive sort of sales charts you've got there over the last couple of years. I just wonder if you've got any data to show how much of that is repeat purchase and how much is just filling the sales channels.
I would say today, end of 15, is mostly repeat purchase because the channel, let's say, the channel Walmart was filled in early 2014, and the rest were filled between March and July of last year. So at the end of the year, they have already done repurchase on a regular basis. And these retail, they don't take much inventory. There is no inventory between us and retail, if that's the question. The retail, they take only to have between 1 and 3 or 4 products on the shelf. That's it. So it's a very small level inventory at retail level and replenishment every week or every day. Right now we have orders from Walmart's orders every week and CVS, Walgreens almost every day.
I have another question which is unrelated to the business. It's about your share structure.
Okay.
There are two shares. One has EPIC TYR and the other is TYRU.
Yes.
They trade at different prices slightly, with the TYRs being less popular, but the TYRs are a lot more difficult to trade.
Yes.
Is there any plans to unify the share structure so there is just one very liquid share which investors can buy and sell?
Yes, it's a little complication for our share, which was a little bit even more complex a few months ago. But now, as you know, we can trade on Crest, so both of them can be traded electronically. So for a UK buyer, there is no real difference between the two. They can be traded the same way. And eventually, we have a plan where eventually, according to the current regulation, we should be able to move to just one ticker, and we're working actively to do that. But normally, Barry, who is a member of the board, can say, but normally it poses more of a problem for a US investor, but for an investor here in London, because both of them are traded on Crest, there is no difference. No. You just need to say that you're not a US citizen, or maybe you are, but.
With my accent?
Well, I'm a US citizen with my accent, so.
Don't carry on with your question.
Where do you manufacture these things that you are? In UK, US?
So everything is manufactured in the US. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? Gentleman just there.
Can you talk a little bit about the new board hire? Was it yesterday?
Yes. Our former chairman, Alan Reid, is retiring and replaced by Jose Barella. So Jose Barella brings to the company experience as a worldwide leader. He was the head of Merial, which was the leader of animal health company. I know him since probably 15 years. For 15 years, he was the CEO of a $2.5 billion company. Left that company a couple of years ago. Now he's on the board of other big international companies, and he chose to help us in TyraTech. And I think it's first of all, he brings wealth of experience as a business leader, also wealth of experience in animal health, which is the direction where we want to go and invest more. But also I think it's a testament for a person of his caliber to come to a company of right now our size. I would say it's probably because he sees a lot of potential for growth, and also because I think he wants also the same redemption that I had, because he came worked 25 years on the pesticide, and he see that the future is a non-pesticide. But aside of that, I think he sees the potential for growth of a broad technology right now. So we are very pleased to have him now on our board.
Time for one more question. Anybody got a question? I have. You've gone from being a research-based company to a manufacturing and marketing-based company. Is that the trajectory? Is going to be manufacture and sales?
Yeah, definitely. That was we pivoted the company. Basically, the company spent 10 years on research with a model of licensing at early stage the technology. We decided to change the model and to put products in the market. The main reason was, and at that point when I joined the company, my true belief that there was more than licensing. There was really true product that we could put to the market. We wanted to meet customers to make sure that our hypothesis at the beginning that people wanted non-pesticide product was true, and that there was really a strong, not only a trend, but also real customer demand for our products. So that's where we started to pivot and go all the way from research to development to commercialization. We started to have success, so that validated the business model. And now we are on a pathway to accelerate our commercialization. So we have put all the processes internally to do that. We brought the proper management to do that. So we're ready now to grow fast in the future.
Thank you, Bruno. Thank you very much
thank
indeed.
you.
Thank you.